from the Forbidden Blender.
Most kids wanted to be firemen because of the cool truck, the Dalmatian, or getting to ride down those poles. They saw them in the Memorial Day parade and thought, that's cool, I want to be that. I wanted to be one for a different reason. I wanted to be one because they saved lives. They rushed into buildings that were burning and threatening to collapse at any second, while everyone else was running away. Willing to sacrifice themselves for people they didn't even know. That struck a chord with me. I felt I had an obligation, like it was what I was meant to do. That dream came crashing down to earth after I was told I didn't pass the test. I didn't meet the physical requirements. It hurt, but I understood. I wasn't angry. They were dealing with literal life and death situations, and they needed people who could keep up. They said they needed someone to work the phones, but I said no. As the only guy that wouldn't be suiting up when the calls came in, it felt like adding insult to injury. I was walking back from the firehouse when I saw it in the sky. It looked like a shooting star. It looked like it was getting closer. Then there was a sudden light, then darkness. Then I woke up. Wherever I was, it wasn't the firehouse. I struggled to my feet. The light in the room was too bright. I felt cold. I didn't know where my clothes went. I was naked and scared. But then I felt something inside me. Warmth. It rushed through me and I wasn't scared anymore. I made my way outside. I was still alone. There was no sign of anyone. So I started walking. It seemed like days went by. It gets lonely when you go that long not seeing anyone. I'd walked so far, nothing around me was familiar anymore. I looked up to see tall trees and birds perched on the branches. Their singing was the only noise around. It was getting dark by the time I saw someone. He was hunched under the hood of his car. It looked like it'd broken down. I didn't know anything about cars, but I hadn't seen anyone for what felt like years. I walked over. I didn't want to spook him, so I didn't say anything. Pretty soon, he felt me behind him and rose from his bent position to face me. It was in that moment that I saw it. Deep down inside. How sick he was. Disease had spread throughout his entire body. I don't know how I knew, but I just did. The warmth flooded through me again. It guided me. I knew what to do. I could heal him. I could save him. When I was done, he was healed. No trace of sickness. It was a miracle. We were about to part ways, but he wanted to follow me. If it meant I wasn't going to be lonely anymore, I wasn't going to argue. As we traveled, we eventually ran into more people. Just like before, I could see how sick they were. It seemed like everywhere we went, there were more of them. Riddled with disease. It was an epidemic. I could feel the warmth inside me. I was about to heal them when he stepped forward and healed them himself. I was amazed. Then they decided they wanted to join us too. It took a moment for me to realize, we can do this. We can cure everyone. We can save everyone. I can save everyone. We never needed to know where to go. The warmth took care of everything. But the healing came at a price. Our bodies started to fail. It was hard, but I guess saving the world isn't supposed to be easy. All we could do was let the warmth guide us. One day, we all felt it. The warmth. It was different this time, though. It burned white hot. We had little choice as we moved as fast as we could, our tired, damaged bodies stumbling. Clearing the tree line, we all felt them. The sick. A horde of them. It was like an infestation. We moved in their direction. There were so many of them, I'm not sure we can heal this many. But we trusted the warmth. It had never steered us wrong. We all came to what looked like a chain link fence. I started to look for the entrance gate, but came up with nothing. After some time, I resigned myself to the fact that we'd have to climb. I was never much of a climber. The fireman test spelled that out for me pretty clear. Luckily, one of our group found a section of the fence with a small opening we could get through. Once we cleared the fence, we felt the warmth push us towards the center of the area. I could somewhat make out a large, imposing building. I felt the warmth burn inside me. I had to save them. I broke into a run. The rest of my party followed suit. I smashed into what looked like the front entrance. I heard the wood splinter from our force and the glass shatter. They were so close. I could hear the screams of the infected. They didn't have much time. I struggled through the broken glass and fell onto the cold floor. The warmth felt like it was going to burn a hole in my chest. I rose to my feet and I could see all of them. There were so many and they were so sick. That's when I was hit. Searing metal tore through me. I was so close. I saw flashes of the firehouse in my mind. Disappointed faces. I tried to save them all. It was my responsibility to save them all, and I failed. I could feel the warmth leaching out of me. I tried crawling towards the infected. Maybe I could save just one of them. Just one more. The last thing I heard before a bullet tore through my brain was one of them screaming. But what they said didn't make any sense. You could hear it above all the noise and the gunfire. "Aim for the head!"